Today we are going to take a look at the new minor map condition on Buried City introduced with the Headwinds update. All chapters are marked, so if you already know some of this, feel free to skip to what you need. So what is this condition about? It is exclusive to Buried City and adds lootable bird nests inside chimneys. The main area you want to focus on is going to be Old Town, especially this section where the buildings are half buried in sand, which makes rooftop access a lot easier. As for loot, there's a heavy focus on trinkets, nature items and basic materials, along with 6 new rubber duck types with different rarities. Just like other valuables, their rarity affects how much they sell for. You'll also notice a lot more map generated ziplines, making movement a bit easier. Talking about movement, if you're actively planning to farm nests, I would highly recommend bringing a snap hook. This event shifts gameplay away from indoor looting and pushes players out on rooftops for more exposed gameplay. You'll quickly notice the increased arc presence in the air. You'll be dealing with wasps, hornets and snitches, but rocketeers will definitely be the main problem. They constantly patrol the area, and since you're busy looting nests, you're almost always going to pull aggro. There seems to be an increased spawn rate. It feels like I'm constantly seeing one nearby. That means you'll either have to fight them or hide and wait for them to pass. So when can you actually play this event? Right now it's on a fixed schedule. It runs for 1 hour every 8 hours, which means 3 times a day. It feels like we already have this exact issue with conditions like the hidden bunker and locked gate. Most people structure their days around sleep, work or school, and free time. It is very possible that all 3 event windows fall into times when some players simply cannot play. Which means unless you actually plan your day around this, you might rarely get the chance to experience it. A simple fix would be either increasing how many times this event happens or delaying the whole schedule for 1 hour daily. That way the event windows wouldn't permanently collide with people's schedules. That's just my thought. Do let me know what you think about that yourself. Next up, I want to talk about how Buried City feels in friendly lobbies versus PvP focused lobbies. Late spawns are going to be the first big problem for both. Most chimneys will already be looted if you spawn late. There's also no way to tell from a distance if it even has a nest or if it was looted or not. So you kind of have to physically check each one. So how do friendly lobbies play out? Since players don't shoot each other, everyone is looting really fast. No one is too worried about PvP, and you really have to be quick on your feet. Otherwise, there usually isn't much left. PvP lobbies, on the other hand, are a completely different story. There's a constant presence of players trying to ambush or backstab you. You do meet some chill raiders as well, but those moments usually get interrupted pretty quickly by more aggressive players. Other than that, as long as I wasn't getting caught in the looting menu or mid-surge, I actually had some really good fights. Before I move to some misconceptions, first let's talk about some of the good things about this map condition. Looting here feels different from what we currently have in the game, and honestly it's pretty fun to run around collecting high value trinkets and the new rubber ducks. You can really see how the event creates chaos across the village, and personally I even had some fun helping out other players when they got downed by arc or by aggressive raiders. Apart from that, it's just kinda cool to snap hook around the rooftops and gather loot. It gives a really refreshing vibe compared to our usual indoor looting routines. Now, I just want to quickly clear up a common misconception that I keep seeing, and no hate here, this is just based on testing. Real value in the game is currently in the form of crafting materials. Money definitely comes second. In my opinion, trader items are pretty overpriced and supply is very limited. That aside, I see a lot of people claim that you can consistently make 150 or even 200k of profit from this event, and I'm sorry to bring the bad news, but that's a pretty unrealistic expectation. For this example, I picked a number in between, around 175k. And what you're seeing right now is what the inventory would actually need to look like for that amount of profit. And this is where many players get confused. People forget that their loadout is actually included in total inventory value. You can see your real profit directly in the codex without having to manually subtract your loadout value. And just to be clear here, I did several attempts early on when players didn't fully understand the event yet. I was running around these roofs like a madman for about 15 to 20 minutes straight under pretty optimal conditions in terms of how contested it was. and even then, my best run came out at around 130k profit, and I considered myself pretty lucky. For anyone who took part in the 5 million grind for the expedition, you already noticed locations like the library, hospital, or Stella Montes completely blow this out of the water in terms of efficiency, since you can clear those in about 5 minutes. So here are my final thoughts. I did the math, I know there are other farming techniques that are more efficient, but honestly I could not care less. I actually had fun playing this event, and that's what matters most to me. Finding those shiny high value trinkets and the new rubber ducks feels good. And while this doesn't really replace a major map condition like cold snap, for a minor map condition it does something important. It actually changes how people play the round, and that alone is worth something. If you manage to hit one of the event windows, definitely try it for the gameplay while making some cash on the side. It's actually pretty fun for what it is. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed and found some of this useful. As always, thank you for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.